Hello, everybody. Hold on, you can't see my face. Hold on. It's been so long since I've done this. I forgot that you guys need to see my face. That's so messed up. Anyways, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I apologize for the long starting soon screen. I was in a verbal battle with my cat. She wanted to sit in my lap, but she wouldn't sit in my lap. And then I was like, just sit in my lap. And then she was like, no, I don't want to sit in your lap, but I want to sit in your lap. And then I was like, okay, well, you're getting kicked out of the room then if you can't make up your mind. So we're here now. You might have noticed I have updated my starting soon, and I have also changed my break screen and my ending screen as well. And the reason for that is that I'm no longer using STREAMELEMENTS. They've been doing some dodgy stuff with some generative AI. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. Please, OBS, just work. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You just need to work. OBS, if you could function properly. Okay, we're functioning properly. It has stopped dropping frames. I don't know why it was doing that. I guess maybe the internet company or whatever. But anyways, as I was saying, I switched all my stuff over to StreamerBot, so we now have some new... I've been working on some stuff. I haven't decided all of it. I haven't got everything set up yet. Specifically because StreamerBot is mostly for Twitch streams, but I can do some stuff with YouTube. So for now, if we have a few markers that we can use, like commands, like exclamation point commands. If you type in exclamation point FGG exclamation point fighting game glossary or exclamation point glossary, it will come back with a message that allows you to... It pulls up a link to the fighting game glossary. See, look at that. Oh, and then why is it connected? Remove as managing moderator. Remove the stream elements. I don't want stream elements, bro. How do I get rid of stream elements? I don't know, but it does do that. It does bring up the fighting game glossary. I will have to make a new bot, I guess. Or it can just send messages from my account. That's fine too. But we've got the fighting game glossary, and we have a few other things that I've been working on. I'm really excited to get into that stuff more because I feel like it'll make the streams more interactive, I guess. You can have stuff to look at. Like if I mention a fighting game term, even if we're not playing a fighting game, or if I just, start playing fighting games again. So I was just setting up stuff for that. I plan on adding a few more, like having my links in there, and I'm not sure what else, but it's really nice. I'm actually really enjoying playing around in StreamerBot lately and messing around with it. But that's going to be the changes for now. I haven't streamed in a while. I haven't streamed in a while. Last week was just depressing. Depressed for American reasons. And also it was like every morning I wake up, a new right gets taken away. But it was also where I live, like negative a lot. There were a couple of days where it felt like, according to the weather channel, it felt like negative 25 or negative 30 a couple of days last week. So I was just bed rotting. I was just hibernating. I was not in a mood to speak for a while. But towards the end of the week, I did get some socializing because my friends made me start playing Smite 2, which has been really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting into it. Not as much as they're getting into it, but I'm getting into it, and I'm learning, and I'm having a good time. But that's not what we're here for today. Today we're going to be playing this game called Eternal Strands. Now, Eternal Strands is a action-adventure game inspired by games like Shadow of the Colossus, games like Legend of Zelda, the newer ones, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and similar type games. And also, the game studio down here, Yellowbird Games, was founded by a former Dragon Age lead. This is their first game. It came out this week, just a couple days ago. And I haven't played any of those games. I mean, I played Dragon Age, but I mean, I'm in the process of playing Dragon Age, kind of. I haven't played it in over a month, but I did start a playthrough here on stream. But I've never played a Zelda game. I've never played Shadow of the Colossus or Ico, however you say it, or The Last Guardian. So, but this game seemed interesting, seemed intriguing, seemed to be pretty fun, and it is free on Game Pass. So we're gonna check it out. I have my settings all set up, I think, unless it changed them. So I'm just gonna, I think I accidentally restored everything to default. So I'm going to turn subtitles on all. We're gonna autoplay dialogue. We're gonna change this to headphones. Yes, we're going to put music down. Maybe 75. We'll leave that on. VSync. I don't think we need VSync on. And then this is going to be on just... I don't think we need DLSS on. I'm not sure. We'll mess around with it, but I want to make sure that we have... Her helmet never appears in... Okay, we'll play on normal. We'll use the control scheme. We're going to use a keyboard and mouse for now, unless it seems like... Unless it seems like it's not fun, or it's maybe even too loud in the microphone. I'm not sure. But for now, we're going to rock with it. So let's start a new game. We'll play on... Normal? What does hard do? Health reduced. They restore half it. We'll just play on normal. We'll play on normal. I'm not afraid of normal. Nice little glass of ice water. I say glass. My water bottle filled with ice water. Let me know if the game is stuttering on YouTube or anything. Like I said, it is on a max... quality here. When weavers born in the next era ask what we were willing to risk wrangling these capricious lands into hearth and home, our exploits must answer simply whatever it takes by Maximilian Arden.
Was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin.
Okay. The Maid of what basin? Am I right, kids?
Home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation. The likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall.
Oh no.
Known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now.
Every nation?
But magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long.
Oh shit, we got that
While
cartoon
some weavers
animation?
remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home.
I was not
chose
expecting
this
this.
life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it has lived up to all I hoped it would.
Whoa, this looks so cool, actually.
Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began.
Oh, hello. Tiefling. feels like the start of a new... Whoa, scholar lady. Watch where you're going. Casman. Whoa.
Bryn, over here.
Whoa, are you a bird? Are you a bird person? She said, come over here. Instead stops and stands epically. That was pretty cool. That's like an older like fantasy cartoon, like a big like She-Ra era mid 2010s style animation. Looks very cool.
What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the veil, I wasn't picturing this.
Look at this
No one's
bird.
been this close in years.
Oh my god.
The base is shrouded in tangles. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now.
I might turn off
You
autoplay
have no
dialogue
idea
just because
what
I
have
like to
puzzle
I
out
like to
this
click.
passage.
I like to click and stop and look at stuff.
I want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
If you say so, I'll do whatever you want.
Course. It's important for the other weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark then?
Yes, it should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries,
It's a good thing I'm recording now.
that will endear you
It's a good thing I've started recording
sure.
streams
I'd love to
because
find the rest of them.
this shit
I'll
is
act
not
as the
working.
watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
Any questions before I head out? Question hubs, like below, will loop back to ask more questions. The top option continues with the dialogue. Already heard options will gray out. Hold on, I'm just gonna wait a second for frickin' OBS to come back. I don't know what is happening. YouTube is not receiving enough video. OBS, please. OBS, please. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're back. It's just... I don't want... it hates me. It hates me. OBS, it hates me. What was I doing? I was answering a question. Okay, let me answer this question. I really wish the dropped frames was on the left side of the screen so I could see it. Can I change this? Can I look at where this is? Maybe not. But that's crazy. Like, why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Anyways. I'm itching to get out there, tell her I don't have any questions. She mentions the Strand Road. The Strand Road. She mentioned the Strand Road. Ask what that is. Ask what the Strand Road
The
is.
Strand Road?
A famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron. The hub for bartering magical goods. Before the surge,
Market Town.
caravans used the Strand Road to enter and
It's the
exit
Silk Road.
with their goods.
It's literally a Silk
It's been
Road.
completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the surge.
This might be a little strange, but can you explain the scry?
is a standard device across Weaver bands, but my previous leader, Aaron, didn't really make use of ours.
He sent you on expeditions without it?
Yeah.
I mean, I wore the earpiece, but he didn't exactly stay close to the table at the camp while I was out.
That's incredibly dangerous. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, mind explaining how it works in your Weaver band?
When you go on an expedition, you'll
She's
wear the
worried about me.
which allows me to communicate with you and give directions from the scry table. At the table, everyone will be able to watch your expedition and communicate with you as needed. The last, most important function of the scry is that it allows me to use magic to pull you back to camp when your life is in danger.
Oh, nice. That's nice. Apparently our former leader didn't think that was necessary. That seems like trauma in the back. All right, that's all I needed to know. Tell her I'm ready to head out.
That clears up anything I needed to know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
Yes, Araya. Araya? What is your name? Press WASD to move.
I need to reach the watchtower, not head back to the caravan.
All right, we're going to turn off autoplay dialogue because I want to stop and look at stuff. Okay. Space
No
jumps.
visuals on the scry. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
His name is Dom. Whee. Okay, I might have to change the camera just a little bit. Is there a camera sensitivity? Mouse camera sensitivity? Maybe like 80?
I need to reach the watchtower.
I don't know if that even changed anything. Just put it back on 100. And we'll see, I guess. And I'm not sure that made a difference.
Back to the caravan.
Alright. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going the wrong way. How do I run? Shift. Whee. This is a kind of an interesting boundary wall. Like a... You can't go past this point wall. It's like part of the magical, mystical environment. That's kind of interesting. I might turn down the mouse sensitivity. But for now, we just observe. Observe.
Even more impressive up close.
The veil is in Veilguard? I see what you're doing.
Just this should magnify the enchantment, and
Are you guys hearing this shit?
Thanks. Got visuals back.
The veil shadow is incredible. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Beautiful.
So they're called
Give
tangles.
them a wide berth.
Well, I was just standing in one because it was like the boundary to the
The
world.
closer you get to the veil, the thicker they'll become.
Understood.
shadow is believed to be impenetrable.
I'm stuck? Oh, I can
Until
climb.
now.
Whoa, wait a second. I ran out of stam and took a bunch of damage. Oh no. Alright, let's not do that.
Possibly exports.
You heard our quartermaster. Break them open.
Iron, rough leather, iron. Alright. More iron. Iron. Is this a bug? No, it's grass. It was just glowing blue. Okie doke. Special place to jump. I jumped.
The wall is completely frozen.
Weaver's Grasp lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy for the current levels of the strand. Control left click.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely this close to the veil.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They combust when broken.
So if I toss one at the wall, it's fine.
Oh, I can't use it because I have full HP.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
What is that? I don't know.
There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
Casman has a little accent going on.
I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
Alright, let's check it out then. I'll listen to you, boss. Well, we can climb in any direction. Okay. And then Alt releases. I'm not gonna remember that. Alt, okay. I remembered that. I don't know, I don't think we should be going in the spooky Tangle Cave, but...
Beautiful.
What do I know?
I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
No, dragon. What did I say about going in the Tangle Cave?
Bring connections back.
Well, just in time to teach me how to fight. What's the lock on button?
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Oh no, I'm trying to back. It's like I'm playing Smite and I'm trying to back right in front of the enemy.
Mira's breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Well, that's not good.
Dom, fix it. And Lane have tonics on standby for her returns.
Alt is dodge. Give me some Akala hide. Alright. I might switch to controller, but for now we'll rock this. Just because I hate pressing Alt. Maybe I'll just change it. Maybe I'll just change the dodge button. What should the dodge button be? Hyphen? I have a... You're like, how does hyphen make any sense? I have a MMO mouse with 12 buttons on the side, so I can just
Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
hit one of those buttons. There we go. Ow, I think I hurt myself. I think I dropped that on myself. That's kind of crazy. I think we have a dragon on our hands. Again. Where's the Drake? No, go away, Drake. You're supposed to be in jail or whatever. Since you lost that feud. That's not good. Hyphen, 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 hyphen. Okay, so what are we gonna do about this? How are we gonna get out of this? Because... Or maybe he's just gonna leave. Maybe he's just gonna leave. Maybe he doesn't care.
For the love of... It's an Ash Peak drake.
Ice wall. Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice, useful for pinning foes or creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. Okay.
Your frost magic can cool a path.
Oh. I see. What way am I supposed to go here?
I'm still working on the scribe.
It didn't cool. I did not do that right. I did not do that
There should
right.
be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
I had to waste a
It's our
potion.
only option.
I'm on it. Oria, that Drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Come here. How do I hit you, bro? Can I ice wall you? I can. Look at that. Get ice walled. Loser. Get in the corner. Putting baby in the corner. Did he die from that? That's so funny.
Nice one. Keep moving.
Is there a lock-on button in this game? Hold on. The tutorial is not teaching me shit. Is there a lock-on button? Tab? Is camera lock? I guess we'll have to try it next time. Oh no, not the whole squad. The whole gang's pulling up. Well, I'm just glad it's not me, to be quite honest
Damn
with
it,
you.
Casmin was right. That Drake is rotten. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
It's rutting?
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
Okay, but first I gotta like look around and see if there's any items I can have. Oh, okay, more potions, more potions. I don't know if Tab is doing anything, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Tonic, tonic. Hold R to switch to Bryn's bow.
Clear line
Okay.
of fire. Good time to use your bow.
To do what? For what? Oh, for this guy. Whoops. I missed. Okay. Let's try again. I missed again. I missed again. I hit him. Look at that. Nothing to it. I totally hit every single shot. It was definitely like the easiest kill of all time, for sure. I thought there might be something in here. All these vitality tonics. I wish I could take more than 5. It's probably in the upgraded skill tree. Just checking. Alright, let's get some
If
more.
I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
Let's get some bow practice in. I can't aim. Whoop. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. And we got all these potions. Okay, maybe I can't take more than 3. Although I had 5. I really just wish there was like a lock-on button. I'm sure there might be, but I don't know what it is. Give me this. And then throw it over there. No, I didn't mean to grab the tree. Look at that. And then we ice wall. Alright, we just take damage. I was overthinking it. We just take damage. Who cares? Hold on. OBS says it's not working. Okay. I'm gonna freak out. This is like the longest first 30 minutes of a stream I've ever had because I'm fighting OBS.
That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Come here. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I don't think this ice wall even works, to be quite honest with you.
That's the path. You're doing great, Rin. Final stretch.
Alright, I'm on my way. Can I climb this? Let me climb this. Why am I upside down? Oh, I reached the boundary of the world. There's a little blue line. Okay, I'll take it.
That can't be an ark.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the veil.
What is that?
Archon's never left the Ark.
The Archons.
Still, you need to get...
I need to kill this fucking Drake, bro. He's gonna eat me alive.
You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan.
Shoot it, shoot it. I missed. Ah. I put ice on him. It's not, I don't think it's working. Ow. No. Alright. How the fuck? Enable the lock-on setting. Enable the lock-on setting enabled. What's the button? This is camera lock. It's not lock on. Okay, that's for a controller. All right. Holy shit. No, bro. No. Thank God for the cutscene to save my ass. See, I tried doing that in the gameplay and it didn't work. I just got roasted. Oh. What is happening? I awaken the Archon.
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
Where are you going? He's walking away. Where's he going?
What the? Hang on, Bryn.
You better walk with him. Otherwise, you're gonna get eaten by the forest. Her feathers... Her feathers being flat in the cartoon is so funny.
Plans, everyone. Pack up. You're... What? We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go now.
I think the dark mist is encroaching upon everything. I think we gotta get out of here.
Up ahead. Please.
Lane.
Fine. Keep moving.
Fly. Just fly forward.
Guys, the arc.
What the hell is going on, to be honest with you? Where are you leading us? Oh, and then I just deactivated? Okay. Whatever you want, King. I guess we've made it. To the title screen. Yippee! Fire. Eternal Strands. Tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. I got 2 extra vitality tonics. Okay. Everybody looks pretty good in 2D except for Oriah and the Bear Man. They look way better in 3D. Did we stumble upon some sort of ancient ruin? Is that what happened? Are we in the Enclave? Are we approaching the Enclave? What's happening? Also, why do we got Molly Mock on the team? Molly Mock Tea Leaf or whatever his name is. Why is he just dancing in the corner? I guess we set up camp.
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
Sure, I noticed.
That can wait, Dom.
I like her. She's Scottish or something.
Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
Oh, she's got the bandages. She stuck her hand in the mist.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
I just fought a dragon by myself. Sure, I did terribly, and I had to be saved by the cutscene, but I still did it.
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Okay, Downer. Sebastian Downer. Guide Bryn's demeanor and explore different parts of her character. There are no wrong choices, but It's role-playing. The team needs a pep talk. Needs to have faith in me. The team is nervous. Let's offer, should we offer some reassurance, or should we inspire with confidence? Or should we give a pep talk? I think we should offer some reassurance. Everybody's nervous.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival.
Yeah, that's really reassuring.
If we avoid unnecessary risks, we'll be back on our feet in no time.
I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly.
Yes, give me points up with Casman.
When we first set out to
Yes.
investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic, all because of what happened here.
I guess we are the
We owe it
Enclave.
to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
The scribe. The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
Let's talk to you, because I haven't talked to you yet. Maybe I shouldn't have... Maybe I shouldn't have stood on this.
Sev, how are you holding up?
Talk provides optional conversations. Yeah. Talk never starts or advances a quest.
Oh,
Got it.
Fine. I mean, I'm trapped inside a magic bubble that's filled to the brim with life-threatening creatures.
Seems pretty safe to me.
Also, left an entire known world behind, and I'll probably never see remnants of my past life again.
Are you just always this depressing, or...
But, you know, I'm fine.
Good. He's spiraling. This is getting awkward. He's scared. He's spiraling? He's scared? You know what? Let's try to look on the bright side.
Hey, at least Sola did half your unpacking. No sprained back muscles for you.
Yeah, that's the bright side.
True, no back pain. In a few days, I might die from a creature attack. But at least I'll leave a corpse with good posture.
He's blushing. Bro, why are you blushing?
Sev.
This apprenticeship is turning into more than I signed up for.
Oh, he's an apprentice. That would make sense.
That is completely understandable. We're all reeling.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Oh.
Listen, I should get back to helping Sola.
Of course. I'm here for you, Sev. We all are.
Sure. Yeah.
Understood. He's an apprentice. Well, I guess you must be the master then, Solo. Let's talk to you before we craft.
You've been busy.
It's a work in progress. Taking stock and all. We lost a lot of gear running for our lives.
Yeah, it did seem like that. It did seem like we left a whole bunch of crates behind.
Speaking of, are you doing okay?
I'm eager to explore. I can't wait. This place is dangerous. I am eager to explore. Let's get a sense of how she's feeling.
I'm glad we made it in safely. But no one's really sure why the Enclave sealed itself away.
And you're worried we're in for a rough ride?
Yeah.
I think caution's in order.
I agree.
I had to fight a
Don't lose
direct
sight
to
that
get in
we're
here.
the first people we know of to make it into this place in decades. You're capable. And this is an opportunity like no other. Oh, and listen. We've got your back, okay? All of us. Right now, we need to focus on getting our feet back under us. And you need to get the lay of the land while we do.
I'll do my best. Let's craft. Craft new arms and armor at the smithy. Each design uses a combination of different classes of material, forged, carved, etc. Those materials are divided into slots. The top slot uses the most materials but has the biggest impact on the item's stats. Materials have weight, resistance to heat, so on. Excuse me, and also affect color. Mix and match materials to create custom gear in both ability and looks. Some quests also require crafting. These live in their own category but work the same. Cool. So we have shield, bow, armor, leg armor, armor. Interesting. Okay, so we can't really craft anything, but we do have the ability to craft now, so that's cool. What's your deal, Molly Mock?
Loom gates must need a massive source of magic to function. Instantaneous transit across hundreds of leagues.
Hundreds of leagues?
Dom? Hello?
I don't really care, bro.
Bryn, you are going to check out the loom gate at some point, right?
At some point, King.
Yeah, of course. I'll get around to it.
Good, good. Why it refuses to function is a mystery we must unravel together. A priority.
A priority.
Not worried about our survival.
Did he get the
in
damn...
unknown land filled
Did you
with
see...
magic like the others?
Did he get the damn anime glare on his
Details.
glasses for that? Because
So
he was being
much to
intense.
discover, survival will take care of itself. Or Casman will insist it does, at least. So, our acting point. Is your heart racing at the prospect of traversing these lost lands?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, yes he did. Yep, yes he did. I grew up listening to stories about the Enclave, enthused at the prospect of living them. Heart racing doesn't begin to cover it. I grew up listening to stories about the Enclave, enthused at the
Growing
prospect.
up in Calnhaven, my father told me stories
Calnhaven.
about the Enclave as I fell asleep.
We're from Colnhaven, which does not sound good in an American accent. I'm not realizing.
It's crazy to think I'm living through what once was just a bedtime story.
Perhaps you'll even become one. We are the first band to cross the Veil in half a century.
I hope history gives our story a more flattering beginning. Not sure I want our tale to start with us tripping over each other as we run from time.
With the
Oops,
most
sorry.
daring point to ever live, Bryn of Calnhaven, no one will remember our wobbly entrance.
I'm used to playing games with logs.
Thanks, Dom.
I just went. You probably saw my mouse. I was looking for the log button, but there isn't one.
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, something else is tugging at my attention.
I'm sure something else is tugging.
Loom gates.
Whatever you say, King. Whatever you say. Let's look at this Archon. With Leave and Sev.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the Veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
Well, I'm sure it's probably not its primary function. It probably wasn't designed to do that. It just can't do
I
that.
think we might find another arc that could help us escape.
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We
Hmm.
know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers.
I'm in. Is this a franchise or a standalone? This is a standalone. It's a brand new game. It might be a franchise someday, but right now, this game came out 2 days ago. Start the lane. Codex compiling. I haven't unlocked it.
You seem lost in thought. Settling in all right?
Oh, Bryn. Yes, I am. And you? I notice you've been checking in with the others at the camp.
You did? Are you spying on me?
What would happen if I came to her first? Would she say that still? I don't know.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, she's looking at me.
It's my vocation to observe. Not just you. Everyone.
Oh, you don't want to observe me?
In fact, if you'd like, I can tell you a little about the others. You are newer to our band, after all.
Sure. Sure. Let's ask about Sev. We just found out that he's an apprentice. Sev joined just before me. Ask if it's common for this Weaver band to take on apprentices.
Sev is relatively new to the team too. Has Sola taken on smithing apprentices before him?
No, she's never had an apprentice before. I don't know how he came to be her apprentice either. No one seems to.
That's a little odd, isn't it?
Not really. Typically, Ram are very secretive, culturally speaking. Sev may remain an enigma.
Okay, so his race is called Ram.
I wish he would open up, though. I'd like to learn more about his people.
I'm taking mental notes. The band... Magical research is integral to any Weaver band. How does it progress within hours?
Before joining, I knew Auria's band was renowned for its top-notch techniques in weaving. Why do you think that is?
To keep a points expedition gear competitive, you need a smith and an enchanter working in perfect harmony. And there's never been a pairing more harmonious than the union of our enchanter, Dam, and our smith, Sola.
That would explain the hand kiss in the opening.
They are sweet together.
They're nerds.
Did you know Sola is descended from nobility in the Sansa Empire? Shame her family lost their fortune, though I suppose that's why she's so down to earth.
Are both Dam and Sola from Sansa?
Sansa with two extra letters. two extra letters, huh?
No. In fact, Dam hails from Renland, where magic is completely forbidden. I often wonder if Dam's fascination with enchanting would be as obsessive if magic wasn't dogmatically kept from him as a child.
Probably not. You'd probably just be like, oh, it's magic. The band seems to operate like a tight ship.
I've travelled with a Weaver band before, but it wasn't quite as functional as this. What makes this one run so smoothly?
The obvious answer is Aurea. Not only is she a strong point and leader herself, but her mother is one of the most famous enchantresses of our time. She's grown up surrounded by excellence.
Wow. Still, it sounds like a lot to live up to.
If it is, Aurea makes it look easy.
You said Aurea is the obvious answer to this band's success. Is there a not so obvious answer?
Every time I have a question, Bryn just asks the question, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're on the same page.
Yes. While Aurea runs the field, when it's time for the caravan to move, it's Casmin who takes over. She used to be a quartermaster on the docks of Don Brennig, facilitating relief efforts for the Udean Federation.
She's a revolutionary?
With the speed she can pack a caravan, it's no wonder that Aurea trusts her to take over when it's time to move.
I'm still pretty new to the Weaver band. How do I fit in?
Given that I'm the newest member, how do you think I fit in?
Well, I'm the new point man, I guess. Point woman.
It speaks volumes that Aurea trusts you with taking over the expeditions this soon. I would have thought Casmin might take over in this interim period instead of you.
Casmin?
Up until about 6 months before you joined, Aurea was training her to become her replacement as point.
Oh. So we kind of took her position.
It was going well. Then, out of nowhere, the training ended, and Aurea began searching for a new point.
Maybe Casmin didn't want to do it.
I don't know if it was Aurea's decision or Casmin's, but either way, I suppose it's all for the best. You wouldn't be here otherwise.
And you're happy that I'm here?
Casmin hasn't been the most welcoming towards me. I wonder if she could be upset that I'm the new point.
No, but I like Casmin the most.
Casmin, if she has a problem with you, it won't be long before she confronts you about it.
Great.
Ask Elaine about themselves.
Offering insight about the others is nice, but I came here to talk about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to know, really. I suppose I'm the typical third child to a second son of a patriarch of a minor mercantile house in Judea.
And you can talk fast.
What?
I've enjoyed the experience of growing.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind if OBS doesn't stop freaking out. Okay. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. We're good.
Nothing but a classical presentation of third child issues in a Udean mercantile family.
Right. And how are you feeling since we entered the Enclave?
Truthfully, I'm Not sure. Nothing's really wrong, but never mind.
Something doesn't feel right.
You sure? Whatever's on your mind, I'm happy to listen.
Yesterday, entering the Enclave in our lifetime seemed impossible, yet today, here we are. It strikes me as an opportunity that was profoundly easy to miss. That's all.
Hold on, I'm changing a setting here. There we go.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
I had to change some settings for my chat. On my end. Anyway, we talked to Lane. They seem nice. They have a codex compiling thing that we can't access yet. I'm gonna assume there's gonna be something over here eventually. We talked to everybody in here, I suppose. What's over here? What is this? A small journal. Codex fragments increases Bryn's attunement to locales around the Enclave and can unlock lore projects at Lane's archive. Okay, so let's go talk to Lane again. Where are you? Where's Lane? We can't compile, but we can look at the codex. Okay, we have locations. Enclave. The Enclave was a city-state located on the southern arc of the Maida Sea. Founded centuries ago by a group of weavers led by the eccentric but daring Maximilian Ardon, it became a hard-won refuge for those most interested in the magical arts. Securing the territory that would become the Enclave was no easy task. The environment presented a variety of challenges. The terrain was often nigh impassable, the local fauna was unusually vicious, and the weather was unpredictable at best. These trials, among many others, tested the wills of even the most resolute settlers. Despite this, a nation-state slowly formed from humble beginnings. In the years after its founding, the Enclave became home to many practitioners of both the magical and mundane arts. At the height of its power, the Enclave boasted the densest accumulation of magically trained warriors, vast wealth from its concentrated ability to produce and innovate on enchanted items, and remarkable political sway thanks to acting as a trade hub. Among its most notable achievements were the development of the arcs, which are magical constructs that served as laborers and protectors of the Enclave, with the largest towering over their creators. Oh, so we've met a human-sized one. There's Iron Giant type ones. All of this prosperity made the sudden decision to seal the Enclave away behind a magical wall called the Veil as inexplicable as it was calamitous. In an instant, the Enclave was shut off from the outside world, its magical wall spilling toxic concentrations of raw magic down its sides. The activation of the Veil also sent a shockwave of energy that caused extensive and often deadly malfunctions on all enchanted devices across the Maida. What followed was decades of strife, as the sudden disaster sparked numerous wars and disasters. That seemed unnecessary. The Enclave lurks still, leagues of land shrouded under its deadly veil. It acts as a constant reminder of the dangers of magic that ensures weavers who still follow the traditions that founded the Enclave are mistrusted. To this day, nobody is quite sure what happened to all those people inside. And here we are, making camp at its edge. I write this in the curious stillness that permeates the air. It is unlike other places. The Urdean magpie does not sing here, and we do not fear attacks from bandits or aggressive wildlife. One might even call it idyllic, if not for the constant reminder of disasters looming over our heads. Ooh. Okay. Let me read about the Maida Basin. The lands of 7 great states drain into the basin of the Maida Sea. Okay, so there's 7 nations around the Maida Sea. Kept apart and occasionally at each other's throats by centuries of political rivalries, alliances, and intrigues, these nations are nonetheless bound together by a dense web of trade dependencies, cultural fusion, and the shared threat of the numerous wild and magical creatures that stalk the dark corners of the region. Youngest of these nations, prior to the calamitous magical surge, was the Enclave, home to the Weavers and their masterful enchantments. To the south, the secretive desert kingdoms of Taza stretch behind a wall of mountains that act as a defensive curtain. To the east of the Enclave lay the rich mercantile houses and fleets of the Udaean Federation. These family-ruled city-states rarely cooperate, but can form a surprising unified front when tested. So the Udaean Federation is basically Venice. The Venetian Republic. Valencia? What was it called back in the day? I don't know. Swinging north of the Great Sea are the hardy people of Donbrennig, battered by the storms sweeping west off the endless ocean. Further inland lays the great empire of Sanza, rich with prime agricultural lands, mighty armies, and wealth from conquests. Further west still, one finds the rebellious nation of Calnhaven perched in ore-rich mountains. That's where Bryn is from. That's where our character's from. Memories of their domination by the Sanza monarchy still sting fresh. Oh, not good. And to Calnhaven southwest, nestled deep in the last valleys before the end of the world, looms Renland. Rich with tradition and dominated by the Church of the Hallowed Pyre, the lines between clergy and noble have blurred over generations of the religion's dominant role. Okay. Ooh, I'm just checking to see. There's a lot of codexes. Let me drink some water. The region currently occupied by the Enclave city-state was formerly contested land, where the alleged ownership shifted between Taza and various Udaean city-states, depending on the cartographer's political leanings. Donbrennig also laid claims to parts of the region. In practice, however, the land was deemed far too hostile to settle, and the matter of its ownership was merely a battle of rhetoric. This political stasis changed when a group of enterprising weavers, led by a man named Maximilian Ardon, secured rights to attempt a settlement of the location from all three claimant nations. That's crazy. That's a feat in and of itself. Ardon hailed from old money in Renland. It was a famed weaver, allowing him access to those with considerable clout in all three claimant nations. Through a series of deft maneuvers, he managed to secure rights of settlement from Taza, Udea, and Donbrennig, and then used those rights to convince each patron in turn that pushing their claim could spark a war. Thankfully, Ardon had a solution. He would purchase the settlement rights and found something independent. The gamble paid off. Rather than incite aggressions and diplomatic tensions from credible foes, the nations agreed to sell their claim to Ardon. The land could become someone else's problem, and in the event of a war sparking, each country's coffers could benefit from Ardon's money, though the amount he paid each was comparatively a pittance. It grew over time into a trade port. Weavers across the Maida were drawn by the opportunities afforded by the new land, and many found themselves staying for good. Often called Hearthsiders by the roving weaver bands, these early settlers laid the foundations for what would grow into the Enclave. Interesting. Now the races. Okay. You've got different races. How does one describe oneself in clinical terms? It can be hard to set aside assumptions of normal as this lore keeper experiences it, yet the peoples of the Maida are diverse, and so an effort must be made. Paired with the Kasil as the most populous people around the Maida, Ashar skin tones range from deep brown to so pale as to be marble white. They possess a wide range of hair and eye colors. Ashar generally live between 60 and 90 years of age, with proper care of self and judicious application of alchemy needed at times as the years advance. They can be found and usually share majority with their Kasil cousins in every nation around the Maida and at all strata of society. Of the two, Ashar are considered the sun-touched and tend to be the most alert and awake during the day, in contrast to the preferentially crepuscular Kasil. I know that word because there's two old webtoons, like manhwa, called Crepuscule, and then a remake of Crepuscule, which actually changes the story as like a reimagining. And I used to read those when I was like 12. The two cultures have grown in symbiosis since before recorded history, handing off the work of the day from Ashar to Kasil such that most enterprises are operational at all hours. Ashar harvests the grain under the sun to ensure it is dry and avoid the night's dew, while their Kasil counterparts thresh through the dark hours. Kasil bakers prepare the morning's bread, then leave work to an Ashar-run morning house to wind down their day in the rising sun before sleep. On and on it goes. It is said that no great city in the Meta ever truly sleeps. Commerce, industry, and leisure never lack rested, willing participants regardless of the hour. So there's basically humans with a daytime lifestyle, and the Kasil are humans with a nighttime lifestyle. Oh, Kasil have horns as well. So they're the nighttime creatures, nighttime people who have horns. Interesting. Kasil are similar to Ashar in appearance, though their skin tones tend to be varied and chromatic. It's also impossible to overlook their horns. So these are like the tieflings. Still, the two cultures have traditionally worked exceptionally well together for as long as history has tracked them. As a group, Kasil tend to live a bit longer than the Ashar, entering their old age around 90 and naturally living to roughly 110. They also generally take longer to mature. With limited exception, young Kasil tend to stay under the care of their parents into their 30s, creating a tight family bond that usually lasts a lifetime. Kasil rarely have more than 2 to 3 children per couple, in part due to the long and dedicated investment of time and care in each child. As a result, they are nowhere near as populous as the Ashar, who tend to larger families. While they tend to be polite about it, it's generally accepted that while the Ashar generally think the Kasil coddle their children and waste their time, the Kasil feel their cousins are flighty, irresponsible parents. That's very funny. The Kasil physiology is fundamentally adapted for nocturnal living. They possess keen dark vision. They have dark vision. They're literally tieflings. And hearing compared to their Ashar cousins, and naturally sleep during the heat and sun of the day. Their horns are also exceptionally sensitive to sound and subtle fluctuations of the wind, making them exceptional hunters, guards, and so on, especially in the cover of night. Hold on, I'm checking my phone real quick. This dynamic can be observed in our own Weaver band. Casman and Dom both prefer the late hours for their labors, though I find that they seldom make conversation while the rest of us are sleeping. They don't hang out with each other, they just do their shit separately. That's very funny. As noted elsewhere in this collection, the Ashar and Kasil dynamic has fundamentally shaped the meta, with towns and cities alike offering services at all hours, thanks to the range of available workers. That's pretty interesting. The Kashar. While Kasil and Ashar couples are not unheard of, it is understood that such romances require more of each other. With natural resting points as opposites, the two must find a compromise, often aided by modern alchemy. Our band has a couple that sometimes benefits from such aids, in fact. Also accepted is the simple truth that children of such pairings are rare as well, even should the couple be trying for such. The specific mechanics of how and why are best left in more detailed texts, such as those stored in the hidden and poorly secured compartment under Casman's sock drawer. She has romance books in her sock drawer. But suffice to say that the Kashar, as such children are called, are a source of much joy for the parents and community alike, as they stand as living testament to the cooperation of the two peoples. Often living on a spectrum between their parents, Kashar are quite varied in appearance. Some boast horns, though many are smaller than those of their Kasil parent. Some could pass as full Ashar or Kasil. There seems to be no specific predictor or commonality between Kashar, except that to one, they all seem to simply need less sleep than almost anyone else. Often capable of staying awake for days on end with seemingly no ill effects, Kashar often describe moments of fatigue when it hits them as overwhelming, and they can sleep a whole day away at those times. Me AF. They're just like me, for real, for real. The Obrun. So this is Araya. Or Oria. The Obrun are an avian. I'm just going to start over. The Obrun are an avian race whose legends tell of a great migration from across the spires to the west of the Meta. They range in size from 4 to 7 feet and primarily evince sexual dimorphism through the color of their plumage. Okay. So they're like Pokemon. They have different color. Compared to Ashar and Kasil, Obrun are lighter in weight but equal in strength. They are diurnal or nocturnal, depending on the heritage or preference of the Obrun, and as many share the same working hours with the Ashar as they do the Kasil. Pretty interesting. Obrun arms are long and sport broad feathers, which allow them to glide for short distances. Their lighter bodies are capable of high jumps and short glides that can allow them to cover ground quickly, especially rough ground. Though the exertion of sustaining this kind of pronking glide, what a name, pronking glide, that's got to be a band name, is exhausting, according to both first-hand accounts and my own personal research. Oberon plumage is a deeply personal aspect of culture and courtship, where their wings and tails become an extension of their expression. Often, Oberon weave time for dance into their social events, regardless of size. The dances are personal and varied, and Oberon may have a routine passed down through family or have developed one explicitly to display their finesse and devotion to a potential suitor. These dances can be performed in a group setting for celebration or for choreographed theater. A warrior may incorporate weapons into their dance like a kata, and in the case of warrior Oberon that are courting each other and wish to dance together, they may fight. A retired Oberon warrior was once heard reminiscing about his youth. To feel the blades in my hands, the throes of battle driving my talons to a rhythm unheard, it is the ultimate dance. One cultural divide that seems to have plagued the Oberon for some time is around the practice of clipping their wings. Oh shit. Some see the shortening of the feathers as simply a practical decision to keep them clear of a forge's flames or away from sword blows. Others, often the wealthy, consider the practice anywhere from uncouth to barbaric. Whether this distinction is maintained by the nobility specifically to suggest those who labor are simply worth less is an exercise best left to the reader. Probably. The answer is yes. For what it's worth, I've asked Aurea her thoughts on the matter. She clips her seemingly as a matter of practicality, and her response was simply to tell me to go help Casman gather firewood. This response supports my understanding that this decision is a deeply personal one. Pronking, so they fling themselves into the air like a deer? That's what it seems like. Pronking glide. Yeah, they just gallop and then glide after, I guess. That's what it seems like. It's kind of what it was like in the animation earlier. Okay, Rom. So this is Sebastian. Is a Rom. The Rom stand roughly 2 meters tall with broad shoulders, thick coats of fur, ursine features, and prominent tusks. They are tusk bears. They are powerfully built. Those who pursue physical labors or training prove capable of incredible feats of strength. On average, Rom live to be about 60 and reach maturity around age 14. So they have shorter lifespans than literally everyone else. The Rom have been present in the Meta Basin since before recorded history, but they remain solitary and in tight-knit social groups until only the past few hundred years, where more of the Rom have ventured to integrate into the Great Kingdoms. Despite this growing cooperation, many Rom still live apart from the larger Meta society to this day, preferring to live and operate in small foundholds. The concept of a found, as in foundhold, originated with the Rom, who typically cease to consider this... Are we back? We're back. I think OBS just hates me. OBS just wants me to die. OBS just hates me. OBS just wants to kill me in my sleep. OBS just hates me. OBS just wants to kill me in my sleep. OBS just wants to kill me in my sleep. Oh, we're back? Okay. I think we're back. You didn't hear me singing my OBS song, did you? You probably did. I don't know. I don't know what's happening today. OBS just cannot handle the internet, apparently. It's becoming a problem. We back? We back. It is becoming a problem. It's out for blood today. It really is. I don't know what is happening. It says it's the network, so maybe it's the YouTube connection. My internet's doing fine. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video, which is impossible. So I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. What was I reading? Instead, they form dynamic family units. There we go. based on shared values and goals, living communally, often with people of the same age. This isn't to say a Rom remaining with their parents found is unheard of. It is simply less common than the alternative. There have been some instances of non-Rom successfully joining into founds as well, though it is rare enough to be considered deeply unusual. Many Rom practice the cultural tradition of Rom Brulem. Creme brulee, Rom Brulem. A time of self-reflection when they seek a change from their everyday and tackle something new for a few months. A smith might put down their hammer and turn to poetry, while an artist might become a stevedore or pursue other manual labor. During these times, the found will support, financially or otherwise, their members who have turned away from work, knowing that in time they too will receive support when it is time for their Rom Brulem. That's kind of interesting. The whole culture has ADHD. One might expect that I have learned the above facts by interviewing Sev, our apprentice blacksmith. He is in fact deeply shy and is difficult to pin down. It does not help one bit that Sola is always within earshot, more than happy to shoo me away. So when it comes to the compilation of essential knowledge, all I have in this case are my books. Cultures. The Meta Basin offers its denizen a dazzling array of bounties. Chief among those, at least in this lorekeeper's opinion, is our diversity of culture, each adding a unique ingredient to our melting pot. When I say cultures, I do not specifically mean those limited to a national border. After all, borders on maps do not express the reach of ideas and relationships, and in reality serve only to inhibit them. Amen. But I digress. Each unique culture we know of is a fascinating subject for study, since gaining understanding of a foreign culture is a gateway to understanding more of one's own. For example, the High Kingdom of Taza encompasses a great number of cultural groups, many of which, particularly in the desert, choose to keep their interactions with the wider world limited. That culture is one of privacy, and learning to respect that through my travels there led me to better understand the ways in which the more open cultures around the Meta communicate. Every nation in the Meta region shares a similar mix of people merged around through centuries of trade caravans, migration, opportunity, and crisis alike. Most numerous of us all, the Ashar and Kasil, have always lived side by side in harmony, relative harmony. Similar in size and stature, the two are fundamentally different in how they approach their day. The Ashar thrive under the sun and sleep with the moon, while the Kasil are nocturnal, better attuned to the sounds and lighting of the night. Together they have formed societies that never sleep. There are always provisioners open, caravans rolling into town, hunting and farming at all hours in any stead, as the two hand off the entirety of the day to one another with little friction. Rarely, but to great celebration, the two might even come together and have a child known as a Kashar. We've learned this. For just as long, the feathered Oberon have lived alongside the twin races, their quick eyes and deft hands making them incredible craftspeople, hunters, and warriors alike. Oberon culture celebrates detail and attention, and they excel at any task they dedicate themselves to. Our Weaver Band's leader, Oria, is one of the Oberon's very best. She seems capable. She seems level-headed and calm and capable, and also injured. And now it's my job to take up her role, and I don't know if we can live up to that, but we're going to do our best. The most recent people to join this rich tapestry of Meta life are the Rom. Large, fur-covered, and famously even-tempered, the Rom still tend to live in smaller community groups known as founds. There's been a slow migration to the cities in recent decades, though, and numerous Rom have found gainful employment as laborers, craftspeople, and guards. Those few who have indulged politics have found considerable fame for their insight and unflappable nature. And then we have all this stuff, which I don't want. I'll read later. I'll read it later. Alright, Yo, there's so much room. Maybe we get, expand our base later on? That seems like something we could do. Alright, Casman, tell me what's... Oh, wait, actually, before that... This might be the best game. Hold on. Let me pet you again. Oh, and then the fucking chord hits. Hello, Casman. Do you hate me, yes or no?
Hey, Casman. Recovering from our wild entrance into the Enclave?
Save it, okay? I know I should have been more prepared to move.
I know. I think so far Casman has my favorite. Or just is my favorite design-wise. And also her voice.
Hold on, that's not what I...
If I had been more prepared, we wouldn't be missing half our supplies. With more supplies, I could have done a better job patching up Oria's wing.
That's not your fault.
If I had fixed her wing properly, we wouldn't be in unknown territory with a point who...
You got anxiety? You got a lot of nervous energy coming
Whatever
our
it is,
way.
just say it, Kaz.
You're no Oria. I'm sorry. But she has more experience and who knows what's out there.
She has a point. Oh, what would she respond to? Admit that I'm scared too. Break the tension with a joke or reminder we're all in this together. I don't know you. This is our first conversation. I don't know if I want to enable her spiral. But maybe agreeing with her would get her out of that. This is true, but also might feel like grandstanding. I'm not sure. I don't think it matters that much, but I'm into it. Let's... I think reminding her that we're all in this together would make us... is a leadership move, but but like on a personal connection move, I think we gotta admit that we're scared too.
Hey, you're right. This is a first for me, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't terrified. But Oria is going to guide me through this. And to start, I'm going to do everything I can to keep us all alive.
That is oddly reassuring.
I knew it.
Staying alive is a reasonable first goal.
I knew it.
It's a great first goal, and one I'm pretty sure I can handle.
I can try to trust you with that.
Yes.
That's all I ask.
Bonding. We've bonded. All right, then we can manage our equipment here. I don't think we have anything. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. Oh my god, we can stand on it and pet it. Hold on. Good game. Hello, Oria. Let's talk to you normally for a minute.
I was impressed by how you handled that drake outside the Vale.
A little terrifying, I will admit.
But you kept a cool head and didn't let it get the better of you. Not everyone can do that.
Okay, that's the whole conversation. Let's start the game, I guess.
So after all the legends, this is it. The Enclave.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born here. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
I'll do my best, boss. She seems sad. Sympathize with her that she's missing the expedition. This is my calling. I'm becoming a point sooner than I expected. It's crazy because these choices I know don't even matter, you know? Like I'm just like in the role playing weeds here and I'm like, oh, agonizing over every choice. You know what? Let's sympathize with her. Or maybe it would be more reassuring to not even bring it up, to be like, yeah, I got this. Nah, we'll sympathize with her.
You must be devastated that your wing is holding you back.
I can't deny that my heart breaks at the prospect of being stuck behind the scry. But knowing I've found the right replacement helps.
God, she's hitting us with that leadership.
Besides, this wing won't keep me down for long. I'll be back out there soon enough.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Where you come in.
OBS really is over my blood today. I think I might just have to take OBS out back, you know? I'm sorry. I just don't know what's happening. The never-ending war. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna crash out on OBS. I don't know what it is. I don't. Hold on. We're gonna chill. We're gonna yap for like 30 seconds and see if it dies again. If it dies again, I'm just losing it. The Rock Lee weights are coming off. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. For a second.
I'll update it as I go.
I might have to... Taking OBS out back
Exactly.
might not even be enough.
We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the overlook, and we've got 2 landmarks of note.
Okay.
A second loom gate.
Oh, shit.
And what appears to be a...
Oh, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. I'm going to crash out. All right, who do I have to call in OBS land to destroy this shit? To make sure this never happens again. I don't know what's going on. My internet's fine. It just hates me today.
I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is down by your tent.
I might, since I'm recording this stream, I might, after it's over, I might take it down and just upload it as a video. Because this is ruining it.
I'll head out now.
But we'll see. Hopefully it just doesn't crash again. Hopefully it just works fine for the rest of the stream. What is this? Oh, the whole squad's here.
So this is a loom gate. It's taller than I expected.
These two are together, by the way.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Inert?
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The loom gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
Yeah, you probably get spliced together. This is getting too lovey-dovey. Time for love later. They're sweet. They're sweet.
You're cute together. It's great to see a couple that shares such a love of their work with one another.
Who could have it any other way?
After being together for 7 years, we're bound to have something in common.
You would think, but that is not necessarily true.
Come, my love. There must be something in the archives.
Interesting. Can I? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, it didn't let me. But it did kind of. It didn't let me, but it did kind of. It brought me to a lower area. Interesting. I thought I was gonna be able to just jump off into the world, but that's not how it works, I suppose. Give me a pet for the road, and we'll be off. Also, wait, let's check out the... I don't know the shortcut to this. Oh, the small journal was detailed reminders of diplomatic protocols and the arcane tools likely used in the maintenance and collaboration of the calibration of the nearby loom gate. Ah. Okay, and then we can read about all of this in a bit. Oh, interesting. Great Foes is not on here, but we have... Oh, it is on here. It's the big... I'm just blind. Never mind. I'm going to read these two, and then we'll save the rest for after we do some gameplay. Mantles, just because I want to know some more stuff about how stuff works. Mantles. Few things are as emblematic as a mantle to a weaver. Brightly colored and shimmering with faint traces of magic even at rest, many who aren't in the know, so to speak, will blindly assume that the mantle is the source of a weaver's power. In limited ways, specific ways, that is true. The mantle holds the woven strands claimed from the magical creatures of our realm, intricately woven so as to mimic their abilities. It also is a more literal source in that the mantle's gentle motions accumulate raw magic from the air, empowering its user. One capability of the mantles, rarely discussed outside weaver culture, is their capacity to harvest. Ooh. Strands from the massive creatures that threaten the meta. This should be strands, I think. The process takes considerable skill and training, but is essentially one of pushing the mantle's magic into the foe. That sounds violent. This magic, from the perspective of the mantle's wearer, turns the creature's pattern into something tangible, allowing them to pull it free. Debate goes back and forth on whether the harvested strand is literally drawn from the creature or a magical simulacrum shaped by the mantle. But what's known is that once harvested, a strand can then be properly woven into the mantle. Without its wearer, though, a mantle is just an inert object. Weavers act as a conduit, bridging the potential energy and patterns of the mantle with the real world. Guiding and channeling magic is in a physically grueling test of intent and focus. On the more mundane side, mantles are often but not always used to demonstrate their owner's aesthetic preference. Since the power of a mantle lies in a combination of its enchantments and its owner's abilities, the physical shape of the garment is more or less irrelevant. One could, for example, weave one to be used as a scarf or a shawl, rather than a cape-style mantle preferred by many members of our band. I myself have mused on how the different environments weavers operate in could lend themselves to different styles of mantles. Could one wear theirs as a hat? There's nothing to say they couldn't. Interesting. And then the scry is like a scrying table. Like in D&D. Like you scry through a crystal, except it's like an earpiece. It's literally like a Bluetooth earpiece. A scry is an enchanted table designed to facilitate communication between a point and their band and to act as a safety net should a point get in over their head. Requiring a constant channel of energy from a weaver, typically known as the Watcher in most bands, the scry can project a visualization of the space around the point in the air over the table. This enables communication in real time, which in turn allows the point to access to their band's expertise and resources while ostensibly traveling solo. Maps may be consulted for guidance, dead languages translated by an intrepid lorekeeper, and so on. Just as critical as the above is the scry's ability to create a kinetic bridge between the Watcher and point. allowing for life-saving recovery should the point be in danger of falling or other varieties of violent death. Commonly referred to as pulling, I theorize that this process must be conceptually similar to the enchantments used by the Enclave's loom gates, though it is unclear how they work their magic across such tremendous distances. So we get a teleport back to camp in case we're in danger. The scries were designed, developed, and built into the Enclave, and this invaluable knowledge was lost for good when the manufacturing facilities were locked behind the veil. Before the surge, they were quite expensive and often purchased on an extension of credit. Terrible idea. To be repaid to the Enclave in materials and strands collected by the band. After the surge, of course, those debts evaporated, but so did access to new scries, or maintenance of those in service. As a result, they have become scarce in the decades since the veil's appearance. In turn, there have been fewer and fewer functional weaver bands for the scries considered essential to building the expertise and training needed for a point to truly excel. In our band, Aurea is our primary watcher, keeping an instructive eye on Bryn as she undergoes point training. Prior to Bryn's arrival, our enchanter Dom frequently took watcher duty, though I'm told he was known to loudly complain about the amount of mental effort required to maintain a solid connection. This friction was a large factor in Aurea's openness to Bryn joining the band, and the decision fortunately seemed to have paid dividends. That's kind of funny. Alright, let's get going. Oh, we put our resources in here. Is this my room? No. Whoa, hello?
Your tent. Might not be glamorous.
It is my
You can
tent.
rest here when you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
When you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
It's perfect.
It is.
Don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supplies when we passed through the veil.
Can you stop beating yourself up about this?
Seriously.
You did your
I
job.
don't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Half the time I was lucky if I didn't sleep on dirt.
Huh. That's unfortunate. I'll leave you to get settled.
I like Casman. So apparently in our backstory, our previous band that we were in before we joined this one 6 months ago. Secret? Not that secret. They treated us like dirt. They didn't have a watcher at the scry. We basically just ran solo missions with no way of being saved or helped or anything. So we're pretty capable, according to the lore. My actual gameplay skills, I don't want to talk about it. We'll see. I haven't played an action game like this on a keyboard in a long time. I might have to switch to my controller if I'm getting really, really defeated. Glintwood Hollow, tree-laden and wild. I do like the aesthetic of this game. I really like the sort of saturated colors. It's very cool. I wonder what that. I just want to go look around at shit. Take me to that blue tangle. Giant statue? That's definitely an arc. That's an arc with a crossbow hand? Think I'm gonna be able to fight him?
I've got you clear as a sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference from the Enclave.
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the veil.
That's reassuring.
Okay. I love that the boundaries to the world are, like, part of the lore. I just wish I could lock on to shit. Where's my lock on button? Maybe it's in tutorials? Hold on. Target lock. Press tab. Okay, I've been pressing tab. It didn't work. Press M to open the map. Oh, shit. Okay. We're in Glintwood Hollow. Okay. Okay, now we get a lock on. It wasn't working in the... Come here. Nice. Perfect. It wasn't working in the first part of the game. I want it. Spectacular vista. While the search clearly struck the Enclave hard, the maps remain generally accurate. Look for the Great Arc and then look for the second loom gate. Okay. Glintwood Hollow. Interesting. Ooh. Are there secrets down here?
That's the edge of how far I can push the scribe.
I'm sorry. Don't yell at me.
It'd be like in the Veil's shadow all over again.
I don't want to die. Okay. So, I don't know where I'm going, but I can climb this tree. Yes. Yes. Can I get on this mushroom? I'm gonna take damage. Alright, let's go grab that vitality potion. Let's go grab this. Okay. Whoopsies. Let's just not... Let's try not to fall from any trees. I really want there to be something up here that I can see or interact with. Just keep climbing, just keep climbing, just keep climbing. I hear wildlife. So far there's nothing up here. If I jump from here, am I gonna die? Probably. Well, I took damage from that little fall. So let's safely climb down. No. Okay, the climbing's a little wonky. 0 damage. Can I break these? Doesn't seem like it. Mushrooms? No, I can't attack the mushrooms. Okay. Let's stop messing around. And start going on our way. Okay, are you... Ice pins foes in place for a time. Control them to produce...
More arcs.
I'm not really happy we're here. Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor. Hostility is strange.
Red iron. Okay, we killed our first arc. That doesn't seem good. We got red iron. Iron. I don't know what I was supposed to throw that at, but I threw it. Is there something up here? No, it's just the way I came from. Okay. I think I got... Oh no. Look what I did to the environment. I should... Did I do that? Foes who die while on fire or frozen are considered tempered and have a higher chance of dropping rare materials. Okay, well, path for myself here.